Hey guys, it's Giga. Um, so today we're just gonna go through the Mafia interface. We're just gonna experiment with the interface of games. So I'm just gonna show you guys what that's all about. So you go into a game. Um, you have you can click on people's names here. Check out their stats and some other stuff. You can click on their stats if you want to look at their stuff or their profile. And all your information appears here. Your wins, your losses, your suicides. Your points, all that other stuff, achievements, that all appears here. So this is the pre-game stage. So I don't know if you saw before, it said waiting for one more players, two more players. So now the game's about to start. So at the start of the game, you're given a role from one of the roles up here. So I'll just use this moment to explain what a setup is. So this is a setup. So this is the amount of roles that are here. So if I click on find setup, so these are all setups. So these are popular setups that people play. They have high votes on them, for people who like them. So anytime you make a game like this, these will always be the roles that are in the setup. Yeah. So whatever the setup says. Some setups, there's more than one option. So in this setup, by clicking on these arrows, we can see there's 4 different options. So only one of these 4 options will appear in the game. Either it's this, it's this, it's this, or it's this. So there's that. Sometimes games have a whisper function, so you can just whisper something to another player. I'll whisper it to myself for now. You can say something, but no one else will be able to see it. I think there's a 10% chance that your whisper leaks every time you say it, unless you leak it intentionally, in which case you click that. So over here we have our voting log. Our voting log shows us who's voting when. Right now somebody's spamming votes, so we can see that. But if we don't like that, we can just turn that off, and we won't be able to see anything. If someone in the game has a gun, they can shoot it, and then something like this will happen, what we just saw. You can click on something twice, it'll quote. So you can quote people like that, but don't quote too many times in a row or you'll get timed out like this. So you can't do it too fast. You have to wait a bit between, otherwise you can spam. But yet you can still spam votes, so I don't really understand what the logic was behind that. Okay, so this is anything that's underlined is a vocab word, an important word. So if you're new and you don't really know what a lot of the words mean, then you can just click on them and then it'll show you what it means. So for instance, NL is no lynch. This is when the town decides to lynch nobody during the day. So again, so that's that. If you mute, there's music to the game. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but you can mute it if you want or not. Some people pay for death noises, so when they die, a piece of audio plays, you can choose to mute that. So this is an emote. If I disable an emotes, then it looks like this instead. Speech filter, so I can check out, let's say I want to just see what Janie's saying only, because there's a lot of people talking sometimes in the game. So if I just want to focus on one person, I click on speech filter, and then so these bubbles show up, and then I can click on that, and whatever players I want to see, let's say I just want to see me and her, I can do that. Then, or however much you want. So that's useful for rereading certain people. So there's that. Timestamps. So the timestamps, if you notice, just here, if I click it, it'll show you at what time someone said something. So if you want to refer to what somebody said earlier, you can say, oh, at 2:54, Rep Game Fan said, shoot me if your balls are bigger than a basketball, or something like that. You can do that by referring to a timestamp, so everybody knows where it is. Instead of just saying halfway through day 1, you have a point of reference. So those are really useful. this mute button just mutes everything, so it's like if you didn't click either of these. But sometimes in the game, when there's a gunshot noise or like a bell goes off for the start of a night or day or the end of the game, you can choose to mute that as well, because these two don't mute that. Full screen makes it look like this, the bigger full screen. I think it's kind of ugly though, so I don't use it. And yeah, that's it. So this gear, those are the icons that you these are this is basically your control panel here for like what you want to see in the game. So my role is a sniper. So let me say I want to find somebody. So this person claimed justice. So let me just say if they claim justice, I can click here on this little gray thing, and then I can kind of mark their role. So let's say if I think this person is a bomb, I can choose and decide like this is what I think they are. So like let's say at some point in the game I think this person is a bomb. I can change it to a bomb if I want. I can change it at any time. So I can choose to vote. I can choose to like shoot if I want because I have a gun. My role has a gun. And then when the game's over, it looks like this. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how the interface works. The message is highlighting so you know what you're like going over when you want to double click on something and quote it. You know what you're clicking on. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I'm just gonna show a few things here. So if a game has a heart around it, like this, that means it's ranked. So that means it'll count for points, and you have a certain number of ranked games you can play every day. Orange hearts are for competitive games, so those are games in the round and the competition stuff over here. But we'll go over competition in another video. We're not going to explain that right now. But orange heart or yellow heart or gold heart, whatever you want to call it, and red heart games, they both give points. They award points at the end of a game if you win. And games without hearts don't. So this was a game without a heart. So some stuff you see in games without a heart, you can click this box. If you make the game, if you're the host of the game, you can make the game faster. It just decreases the game length by half the time. So instead of days being 10 minutes, they're 5 minutes. Instead of nights being 2 minutes, they're 1 minute. And you can turn off spectating. So in unranked games, anybody who even isn't in the game can kind of click on the game and view it while it's in progress. So if you don't want that to happen, then you can click turn off spectating as well. Here at the end of a game, you can choose to give somebody karma by clicking a thumbs up. You can click on their name to give them a kudo. If it's a ranked game, in unranked games you can't give kudos. Karmas are these little blue dots, and kudos are these leaves. They don't really do anything, but like you do need one karma to post anywhere. So that make sure like if you ever want to post somewhere, just go into a game and ask if somebody can give you karma. You had to have over 2,000 points to give karma, and I think you need to have played a certain number of games before you can receive karma as well. I think 5 or 10 or something. This is ELO. Don't worry about this. It's pretty broken anyway. I don't think it works properly. And these are trophies from competitive rounds. So if you play in a competition and you end up winning a trophy, it would show here, and your achievements are here. If someone gifts you a sticker, but that's a pretty old thing to do. Not many people do that anymore. It shows here. If you want your age to show up, you can make that show, and that's pretty much it. If you want to take notes on somebody in a game, you can take notes, like if you want, like something like this. I don't really do this. I know people used to do this, but I don't think too many people do it. Or you can report somebody at the end of the game. And I don't want to report anybody, but if you report somebody, there's 2 ways to do that. So you can do it like that, and then it'll show up. If you click on round and then reports, it'll show up in the report section. Shows the lobby, shows the game it happened in, or you can just do it here. But if you do it here, if you report somebody here, you have to type their username correctly. You need to make sure that it's like an L and not an uppercase I or stuff like that, and then you got to type what you think happened. We'll get into this another day. But when you report here, you have to do you have to provide the game link manually yourself. It will automatically show up like it does here. So anyway, so yeah, that's 2 ways to report. But we'll get into this stuff like on another day as well. So yeah, this is just a really super basic user interface video. I hope you guys really got something out of it. If you're really new to the site, hopefully you did. Oh, and if you want to play in different lobbies, you can click on the lobbies up here. You can add your favorite lobbies if you want, or click plus for more lobbies. This is a video lobby, chat, forums, reports. There's stuff here, but you don't really use it. Like, to be honest, if you click, no one really uses this. Forums just takes you to the forums. Hall of Fame. This is just a short list of like people who have accumulated a lot of points and kudos and I guess elo. This is the game list and reports. It shows reports here, but I don't really. To be honest with you guys, I never really use this. It looks pretty. Just looks ugly. It doesn't seem very nice. The main way, like the better way to do reports, is either like in the game, but only after the game's over, guys. You're not allowed reporting somebody in a game in progress. After the game is ended, you can report. Only then you can report, and then or you can just report it here. I usually just report it here because you can type and stuff whatever you want. But yeah, that's like the lobby and game interface pretty much. And there's a little chat down here, recent topics, featured setups, which award double the points for wins. If you have competitive setups, you can keep it here. There's a little poll sometimes. They have sticky setups, which are popular for the lobby. Sticky topics, popular topics. This is activity from games. It's not really important. You have friends playing. You friends here. There are announcements from the moderators here and admins. And your favorite setups are all the way down here. So this little bar on the right is kind of like where a lot of stuff's just kind of jammed in, but now you know it's all there. Hopefully you can check it out if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. More videos to come in the future, and I hope you got something out of this as always. Thanks and have a great day.